After seeing the secret decree hidden in the girdle, Cao Cao immediately gathered his advisors to discuss deposing Emperor Xian and replacing him with another man of virtue. Chengyu advised, "The reason you command authority over the realm is because you still act in the name of the Han dynasty. The lords of the realm are not yet subdued. If you attempt to depose the emperor now, it will surely plunge the empire into chaos." Cao Cao accepted this advice and abandoned the idea for the time being. Instead, he ordered that Dong Cheng and the other 4 conspirators, along with all their families, be executed at the city gates. In total, more than 700 people were killed. The officials and citizens of the capital all wept when they witnessed this tragedy. Later generations composed poems in memory of Dong Cheng's loyalty. He had risked his life to deliver the secret edict and died a heroic death. Likewise, Wang Zifu and the others were also praised in verse for sacrificing their families for the sake of the state, leaving a name remembered for ages. After killing Dong Cheng and the others, Cao Cao remained furious. He personally entered the palace with sword in hand to kill consort Dong Cheng's younger sister, who was favored by the emperor and already 5 months pregnant. That day, the emperor was in the inner palace with Empress Fu, privately discussing Dong Cheng's situation, lamenting that no news had come. Suddenly, Cao Cao stormed in, sword drawn, his face twisted in anger. Emperor Xian turned pale with fright. Cao Cao demanded, "Did your majesty know that Dong Cheng plotted rebellion?" The emperor, thinking of Dong Zhuo, stammered, "But Dong Zhuo is already dead." Cao Cao shouted, "Not Dong Zhuo, Dong Cheng." The emperor trembled and replied, "I truly knew nothing of this." Cao Cao pressed further, "Did you not even prick your finger to write an edict?" The emperor was speechless. Cao Cao then ordered consort Dong to be seized. The emperor pleaded, "She is pregnant for 5 months. May the chancellor take pity." Cao Cao snapped, "Had heaven not aided me, I would already be dead. How could I leave this woman alive to bear me future harm?" Empress Fu also interceded. "Why not confine her to the cold palace and wait until the child is born before punishing her?" Cao Cao sneered, "So you wish to let this traitor's seed live, that one day he might avenge his mother?" Consort Dong wept and begged Cao Cao, "At least allow me to die whole, and do not let my death be known to the world." Cao Cao ordered white silk to be brought. Emperor Xian cried to her, "In the netherworld, bear me no resentment." Tears streamed down his face, and Empress Fu wept bitterly. Cao Cao shouted angrily, "Enough of this weeping." He ordered his guards to drag consort Dong outside the palace gates and strangle her with the silk. Later generations also wrote poems lamenting her fate. Though favored in life, she perished tragically, and the unborn prince in her womb perished with her. The emperor, powerless to save her, could only weep. Cao Cao then issued a command to all palace officials. "Henceforth, any member of the imperial clan who enters the palace without my order shall be executed. Guards who fail to enforce this shall share the same punishment." He also stationed 3,000 of his own men as imperial guards, commanded by Cao Hong, to strengthen his control. Cao Cao said to Chengyu, "Though Dong Cheng and the others are dead, Ma Teng and Liu Bei were also part of the conspiracy. They must not be left alone." Chengyu replied, "Ma Teng is entrenched in the west with the Xiliang troops. It will not be easy to move against him. Better to send him friendly letters to allay suspicion and lure him to the capital before striking. As for Liu Bei, he is in Shuzhou positioned against us. We must not underestimate him. Moreover, Yuan Shao is camped at Guandu, ever looking for a chance to strike Su. If we march east against Liu Bei, he may call for Yuan Shao's aid, and Yuan Shao might seize the opportunity to invade. What then?" Cao Cao said, "No, Liu Bei is a true hero. If we do not strike now, once his wings are grown he will be difficult to pluck. As for Yuan Shao, though strong, he is indecisive. There is little to fear from him." At that moment, Guojia entered. Cao Cao asked him, "I wish to march east against Liu Bei, but I hesitate because of Yuan Shao. What do you think?" Guojia replied, "Yuan Shao is slow and suspicious, and his advisors are jealous of one another. He poses no threat. Liu Bei has only recently organized his forces, and his men's hearts are unsettled. If you attack now, you will prevail swiftly." Cao Cao was delighted. Just what I wanted to hear. He immediately mobilized 200,000 troops in 5 columns to attack Shuzhou. News of Cao Cao's mobilization quickly reached Shuzhou. Sun Qian first went to Xiaopi to inform Guan Yu, then hurried to Xiaopei to report to Liu Bei. Liu Bei said to Sun Qian, "Only by asking Yuan Shao for aid can we escape this peril." He wrote a letter of appeal and sent Sun Qian north to Hebei. Sun Qian first saw Tian Feng, explained the situation in detail, and asked him to present the letter to Yuan Shao. Tian Feng brought Sun Qian to Yuan Shao. They presented the letter, and saw Yuan Shao looking haggard, his attire in disarray. Tian Feng asked, "My lord, what troubles you so?" Yuan Shao sighed, "I am near death." Tian Feng was startled. "Why speak such words?" Yuan Shao replied, "Of my 5 sons, the youngest is dearest to me, but he is gravely ill and near death. How can I think of anything else?" Tian Feng admonished him. "Cao Cao is marching east against Liu Bei, leaving Su defenseless. If we strike now, we can seize the capital, protect the emperor above, and save the people below. This is a golden opportunity, only awaiting your decision." Yuan Shao said, "I know it is the best chance, yet I am uneasy, fearing misfortune." Tian Feng pressed him. "What is there to fear?" Yuan Shao sighed, "This son of mine is my treasure. If something happens to him, I cannot live." Thus he resolved not to act and told Sun Qian, "Go back to Liu Bei and tell him why I cannot send troops. If he is pressed further, let him come to me. I will then assist him." Tian Feng struck his staff upon the ground and exclaimed, "To lose such a chance because of a child's illness is most pitiful." He left in anger and sorrow. Sun Qian returned by night to Xiaopei with the grim news. Liu Bei was shocked. "What are we to do now?" Zhang Fei declared, "Do not worry, brother. Chao's troops have marched far, and must be weary. If we strike their camp at once, we may defeat them." Liu Bei smiled. "I had thought you only a man of valor. But when you captured Liu Dai, you used cunning. This plan of yours accords with military principles. We shall try it." He divided his forces to raid the enemy camp. Meanwhile, as Cao Cao's army advanced toward Xiaopei, a fierce wind suddenly broke one of his banners. He ordered a halt and summoned his strategists. Sun Yu asked, "From which direction came the wind? What color was the banner?" Cao Cao answered, "The wind blew from the southeast and snapped the blue and red banner on the corner of the camp." Sun Yu said, "This is no ordinary sign. Tonight Liu Bei will surely attack." Cao Cao nodded. Then Mao Jie came and asked the same, declaring, "This omen means the enemy will raid tonight." Later poets sighed that though the scion of Han had only meager strength and relied on night raids, heaven aided the usurper instead. Cao Cao said, "This is heaven's warning to be vigilant." He divided his army into 9 units, leaving 1 camp visible in front as bait, and hiding 8 in ambush all around. That night, under a hazy moon, Liu Bei attacked from the left, Zhang Fei from the right, leaving Sun Qian in charge of Xiaopei. Zhang Fei, confident in his scheme, led light cavalry to storm the camp. It seemed sparsely manned, then suddenly flames flared on all sides and a thunderous roar arose. Realizing the trap, Zhang Fei fought desperately to escape. From the east came Zhang Liao, from the west Su Chu, from the south Eugene, from the north Li Dian, from the southeast Su Huang, from the southwest Eugene, from the northeast Xiahou Dun, from the northwest Xiahou Yuan. 8 generals closed in. Zhang Fei's soldiers, many of them former Chao men, lost heart and surrendered. Zhang Fei hacked a bloody path and fled with a few dozen riders, but Xiaopei was blocked, and Xuzhou and Xiapi were held by the enemy. With no refuge, he fled to Mangdang Mountain. Liu Bei himself led a raid, but as he neared the camp, cries of battle erupted, and half his men were cut off. Xiahou Dun attacked, and Liu Bei barely broke through, only to be chased by Xiahou Yuan. Looking back, fewer than 40 men remained. When he turned toward Xiaopei, he saw the city in flames. He gave up on Xiaopei, tried for Xuzhou or Xiapi, but found enemy soldiers everywhere. Liu Bei thought, "Yuan Shao once said I could seek refuge with him in times of peril. Better to flee there and make new plans." He rode toward Qingzhou, but Li Dian intercepted him, seizing his followers. Liu Bei alone fought his way free. After days of desperate flight, he reached Qingzhou and identified himself at the gates. The governor, Yuan Tan, Yuan Shao's eldest son, admired Liu Bei and welcomed him, offering rest and hospitality. Liu Bei explained his plight. Yuan Tan sent word to his father and dispatched troops to escort Liu Bei. At the border of Pingyuan, Yuan Shao himself came 30 li out to greet him. Liu Bei dismounted to bow, but Yuan Shao quickly returned the courtesy. Earlier, because of my son's illness, I could not send aid. I felt uneasy. Now, to see you safe is a great comfort. Liu Bei replied. I, Liu Bei, have long wished to serve under you, but had no opportunity. Now, pursued by Cao Cao, I have lost even my family. I beg you to shelter me. I will repay you with all my strength. Yuan Shao was overjoyed and received him with honor in Jizhou. That night, Cao Cao captured Xiaopei, then advanced on Shuzhou. Mi Zhu and Jian Yong abandoned the city, and Chun Deng surrendered it to Cao Cao. The army entered, pacified the people, and Cao Cao immediately convened his advisors to plan the assault on Xiapi. Sun Yu said, Guan Yu is now guarding Liu Bei's family in Xiapi. If we delay, Yuan Shao might try to seize him first. Cao Cao said, I have always admired Guan Yu's valor and character. I wish to win him over. Better to send envoys to persuade him. Guojia objected. Guan Yu is a man of deep loyalty. He will never yield. If we send envoys, they may be slain. At that moment, Zhang Liao stepped forward. I have some friendship with Guan Yu. Allow me to go persuade him. Cheng Yu said, though Zhang Liao may be his old acquaintance, Guan Yu is not a man swayed by words. I have a plan to place him in a dilemma. Then, when Zhang Liao goes, he will surely surrender to the chancellor. As the saying goes, prepare the bow before shooting the tiger. Offer a tempting bait before catching the great fish. What was this plan? The next chapter will tell. Summary. In this chapter, Cao Cao, after uncovering the secret decree, executed Dong Cheng and his conspirators, then entered the palace and killed consort Dong, tightening his control over the court. He prepared a massive eastern campaign against Liu Bei. Liu Bei appealed to Yuan Shao for aid but was refused, forcing him to act alone. In the ensuing battle, both Liu Bei and Zhang Fei were defeated and forced to flee separately. Liu Bei ultimately sought refuge with Yuan Shao. Meanwhile, Cao Cao captured Xiaopei and Shuzhou and turned his designs on Xiapi, plotting how to deal with Guan Yu. The story reveals Cao Cao's ruthless cunning and Liu Bei's dire straits, setting the stage for further struggles among the warlords. Knowledge points. 1. In the novel, Liu Bei flees from Cao Cao and goes first to Yuan Shu before breaking with him. Historically, Liu Bei did wander among various lords after his defeat in Shuzhou, including Yuan Shu and Yuan Shao, but the sequence and timing differ from the novel's dramatization. 2. The novel emphasizes Cao Cao's audacity in controlling the emperor and even murdering an imperial consort, portraying him as the traitor who held the emperor hostage. Historically, though Cao Cao did dominate Emperor Xian, he still acted in the capacity of chancellor and did not so openly murder empresses or consorts.